Well, hello there. Gary Jones here again. Well, I just saw Solo, a Star Wars story, a couple days ago, and just here to post some early thoughts on it. You know, kind of like, I guess, a reaction, because it's only been about a day since I've seen it. And I just want to say, I really enjoyed it. I saw it Friday evening. Um, it surpassed my expectations. It was an excellent film. Um, my predictions, some of them were right, some of them were wrong. I'll get into that in a minute. But the cast was great. First of all, I was right, and I thought Alan Ehrenreich would do a good job. He did. And, he did Han justice, I suppose. In fact, improved my view of Han. I never liked Han that much, to be honest. I know a lot of fans might get upset with that, but Han was always just, he seemed a little ignorant to me. Like, he ignored obvious signs of the Force's existence. Didn't seem like he had a lot of depth to him at times. He seemed intelligent as far as ships go, but sometimes he didn't always seem too bright in other aspects. I guess that just made him more lovable. Chewie in the film Chewbacca was great. One of my favorite characters was Tobias Beckett. I really thought he was neat. I was kind of, I was about half and half right and wrong on my predictions about him. I thought he was going to be the one who kind of recruited everybody, was the head honcho around that sand planet that they went to talk with, what's his name, Dryden Voss. I kind of thought that Beckett, I suppose, would be in the position of Dryden Voss. I thought that that's kind of who Beckett was going to be, the man who wanted to recruit Han and the big shot gangster. Which the line, it's funny, that line wasn't even referring to him. He said it at the end. He said that he himself heard about a job on Tatooine, about a big shot gangster, who I'm pretty sure is Jabba the Hutt, putting together a crew. Another of my favorite aspects of the film was the relationship between Han and Kira. That really hit home. It felt very real. With Han and Leia, a lot of people might find this relationship kind of awkward to watch because they know that Han eventually falls in love with Leia. But I hate to say it, but if I didn't know about Han and Leia, or even what, I'm just gonna say it. Though I do know, I might say I just love this more. It seems like a better romance, to be honest. Fits Han's character more. She's a bit more elegant of a lady than Leia is, and I don't know. They seem to have a lot of chemistry, in my opinion. It felt like a very raw, natural kind of love. I mean, it was very passionate. If you're really watching the film, I think that's the most Star Wars has ever gone as far as romance. But yeah, it was good. Probably my second favorite romance in Star Wars so far. To be honest, I really enjoyed it. That's saying a lot. After Anakin and Padme, which is my favorite shipping couple, I suppose, as they say. Another character that I really enjoyed was Lando. Lando was great. Donald Glover, really, you could tell he was just being casual, but yeah, he reminded you of Billy D. Williams. Did a great job. And, oh yeah, sorry, or just a brief little interruption there, but I'm back. So yeah, like I was saying, Lando, great character. Loved Donald Glover's portrayal. And let's talk a little bit about Dryden Voss. He was a neat villain. Like I said, he was in the position I thought Beckett was going to be in, but still, neat villain. The ending, instead of being some big grand finale with like a battle in space or something like that, or a lightsaber duel, obviously there wasn't going to be one of those, but something more grand in scale. It was kind of a simple little finale in Dryden Voss's private quarters, I suppose, with that little fight. Yeah. More Han and Kira and him were all fighting together. I suppose that's the best way I can phrase it. Together. I really like that little fight. And all the twists and turns. With the Kessel Run, and how many times they had to alter their plan. The guy at first, when they went in on the job, he said, "Do not improvise," and they had to improvise. Like in the first job where Han improvised. Well, that reminds me of another thing, Enfys Nest. Enfys Nest, the supposed villain, I didn't really like that much. It was okay. As it's revealed, I suppose I should give you a spoiler alert, it was a girl. It's kind of getting to be the norm at this point. I don't know why they expected it to be a surprise when Enfys Nest took off the mask and it was revealed to be a girl. I don't really have a problem with it, but I suppose it seemed as though they expected it to be more grand. It was an okay twist, but the film, I thought it was going to conclude around the point they got back to pay Dryden Voss off. Then they added in a whole nother segment about this little rebel sect who was trying to win freedom from the five major crime organizations, syndicates, which of course consisted of the Hut Cartel and the Black Sun. I know a little bit of lore, not much, but I do know some. And so, oh, and the opening. I forgot to. There's another thing I want to mention in this video. I like the opening of the film, the whole chase sequence. From Corellia. That was pretty great. Didn't like that Lady Proxima was another big alien that came out of the water or something. Just kind of weird. But I did like how it introduced the chemistry between Han and Kira. Like I said, it really explains how Han could have loved someone enough to where he was so hardened by the time of episode 4, and it took quite a bit to soften him again and get him to trust anyone or have any romantic attachments again. And I mean, he was separated from Leia for a long time, so who knows, maybe he found Kira again. It may sound a bit strange, but the whole scenario is strange. Who would have thought that they'd be introducing another lover in Han Solo's life? But they introduce her. Besides, in episode 7, you don't really see them kiss or anything because they've been separated. When they get back together, it's more like a friendship, in my opinion. But who knows? It's just my thoughts. I like how it showed he met Chewbacca. Oh, and another thing, most of it felt very natural. Didn't feel forced. Blaster bolts finally didn't always miss the good guys and hit all the stormtroopers. No, it felt like plot armor was not as big of a role. Like, blaster bolts, everything seemed more realistic. Like, they would hit more often, even if it was just a glancing shot. And, seemed to go more naturally, I suppose. More raw, I guess. The Castle Run looked very smooth and, well, sometimes it was a bit clumsy and cranky with the way Han flew, but, it was, like I said, natural. They weren't afraid to do unexpected things. I knew the dice would probably have a big role in it. I was wrong. I thought that Harrison Ford might show up at the very end, like, as the film you thought was about to end, maybe it would kind of, just jump to a scene of Han Solo and he's old, sitting maybe, writing his memoir or something, or looking at the dice, a little something like that, for fan service. But instead, as most of you know who've seen the film, we got something else. Another spoiler alert. We got Darth Maul. Brief cameo, but, summoned his lightsaber for no real reason and activated it for even further no reason. But, I can't complain. He's Darth Maul. Everybody seems to love him. It was neat. That makes me sad that that's so much like real life. People get caught. How kind of like heroes caught and supposedly rescued by Dryden Voss and taken into such a hard, complex life, criminal life. And I don't know. It's as though she was a completely different person by the time Han met her again. But anyway. So that's just my overall thoughts. You can tell me what you thought if you want to post a comment. And I look forward to reading them. Yes, so have a good day. It's my thoughts on Solo. I might go see it again. I've only seen it once. I mean, I saw The Last Jedi 3 times in theaters, so I'd like to see Solo again maybe. Maybe my thoughts will change. But anyway, overall, I give it maybe I give it a 9 out of 10. Anyway, have a good day, and may the Force be with you. Yeah.